So they are probably not gonna like this video because you see we're talking about aliens, abductions. Yay, you might want to put your kids to beds, you might want to hide your wives, guys, and remember to get your lie detector test out because apparently we have this video titled Alien Kidnapped This Man. What he told sent chills to everyone. Like this video if you like it, subscribe if you're brand new. We upload every single day.
It's been a debate for decades. Are aliens out there and have they ever made contact with us? Calvin Parker is now ready to tell the story of the event that would change his life forever.
I think they have.
I think three bulky-looking creatures coming toward us. By the time we stood up and turned around, they was there on us. They was in an examination room, took me and laid me on the examination table, and he just backed up out of the way. I couldn't move or anything.
Crazy. Did you make the complaint to the alien police or not? You should.
AG was first taken by aliens when he was 6. He was floated out of his house into a UFO with a bright white interior and laid on a table.
The next thing I know, I'm just floating up through the air. I can't properly describe it.
He could see small beings, but couldn't make them out. And then he saw their leader, a giant alien, looking almost like a praying mantis, with beady, bulging eyes. It held Zach's head and turned it, and everything went fuzzy. They showed Zach a collection of memories, including one from his past life. Before Zach knew, he was back in his bed. Decades later, Zach saw similar creatures in his backyard and even woke up his wife, but couldn't do anything, and they left. Well, how creepy is that?
Well, there's this thing called dreaming, so perhaps he was dreaming. What we think it? You think he's lying? You think he's capping like the things like the kids say nowadays, or you think he's real? Let me know.
Frederick Valentich. Frederick Valentich, a 20-year-old Australian pilot, mysteriously disappeared on October 21st, 1978, during a training flight over the Bass Strait. His last communication with Melbourne Flight Service included a report of an unidentified aircraft with
I believe I heard the story.
Bright lights and metallic surfaces following him, along with descriptions of the aircraft making unusual maneuvers. Valentich's final transmission was interrupted by a metallic scraping sound, and he was never heard from again.
It's hovering, it's not an aircraft!
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they made a movie out of it too, right? And this is maybe that.
Investigations into his disappearance revealed no trace of Valentich or his aircraft. Despite extensive searches, it is believed he was taken by aliens, since the area was haunted by similar sightings. Ufologists have gone over the area multiple times, finding evidence of an abduction, but nobody knows what happened to Frederick Valentich.
Okay, so you're saying that he never reappeared ever since? Man, if that's the case, that's insane, right? Because I believe I heard a similar story where the plane was not found at all. Yeah, I think it's this one.
Philip Spencer.
Philip Spencer? Oh, Phil Spencer?
The Ilkley Moor incident.
Those of you that play video games, you know Phil Spencer, right?
Occurring on December 1st, 1987, is one of the UK's most popular alien abduction cases. Philip Spencer, a former policeman, was navigating a foggy moor using a compass when he encountered a small, green creature, which he managed to photograph. But then, everything went blank. When he awoke, Spencer was disoriented. His compass reversed polarity, and village clocks confirmed he was out for a long time. Experts quickly analyzed the photo, surprisingly revealing it wasn't doctored.
As a scientist, it doesn't seem like it's a hoax. It seems that it is what the witness reported.
Despite being hounded by news reporters and even government officers, Spencer swears up and down he encountered the captured alien being. It is believed Spencer was one of many to meet aliens at Ilkley Moor, but the only to return. Debbie Jordan Corbell.
I know for a fact that there were things that I wrote in that book and things that I've written in this book now that he would not have really been pleased with.
Debbie's story first came into light after Bud Hopkins published it in his book, writing Debbie as a woman named Kathy Davis. Accordingly, Debbie has constantly interacted with aliens, first encountering some sort of UFO near her childhood home, which returned years later after Debbie had settled down and had kids.
Okay, so you were taken and you came back after? Is that, am I getting that right? If that's true, did you get their like alien bus pass on their planet? Because, you know, that would be easier to navigate around the planet, their planet, right? Because if you don't have bus pass, then you gotta get a taxi and that costs a lot. Uber maybe costs a little bit less, but still expensive though. And I'm assuming like on an alien planet, it would be really, really expensive, because here in North America, oh shit, man, Uber is very, very expensive, so you gotta have your own car, or perhaps like a bus pass on an alien planet. That would work too.
Forcibly taking her in her sleep, the aliens aboard the UFO subjected her to multiple medical tests. Each time, nothing would support Debbie's story save for a large ring in her backyard, burnt into the shape by the UFO, landing on the grass, where nothing would grow for years.
Okay, if that is true, then that's insane. If she has like a circle or physical evidence like that, okay, then I'm willing to believe the case a little more. Because right now, it sounds like a fairy tale.
Experiences were more of a physical level. They were leaving marks in yards, there were witnesses.
Debbie has herself written books about her experience, but like any other UFO abductee, only a few took her seriously. Travis Walton. On November 5th, 1975, in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest.
Probably one of the most convincing story. This one, for sure.
Travis Walton's logging crew came under investigation after his sudden disappearance. The crew mentioned seeing a bright glimmer of light, a disc-shaped object, which put Walton in a trance-like state, and he apparently vanished into the light. Their account was supported by polygraph tests. The incident sparked a massive search, though Walton reappeared near Heber, Arizona, with little memory of his whereabouts. But later, he described experiences aboard an alien spacecraft involving examinations by aliens. According to him, the aliens could even disguise as humans. Eventually, Walton managed to escape. Although Walton kept confusing the timeline, his account of being taken by aliens never changed and even passed multiple truth detectors.
Even the aliens can never get that mustache that he possesses.
Terry Lovelace.
Truly baffling. Truly baffling.
In June 1977, Terry Lovelace, a U.S. Air Force medic, and his friend Toby embarked on a camping trip in Devil's Den State Park, Arkansas. As night fell, a massive, triangular craft illuminated by a series of lights appeared above them, bathing them in an intense glow. The event led to a blackout, and upon regaining
you might want to hide your kids for this one, guys.
Consciousness, both men were physically ailing and distressed. The event led to a blackout, and upon regaining consciousness, both men were physically ailing and distressed, with no memory of what happened. The duo had severe dehydration and marks on the body, but were scared to speak about it because of their career. Decades later, a routine X-ray revealed an unusual implant in Lovelace's leg, and he went public. He wrote, "Incident at Devil's Den, revealing the government knows about aliens."
I don't know if you guys ever heard this conspiracy or not, but there's an ongoing conspiracy of that, yeah, the alien abductions are first of all real, but most of them are also us humans that are, it's like the government that is abducting just to put fear in people's minds. You ever heard that? I heard that conspiracy. Not saying whether I believe into this, not saying that it's true, but it's an ongoing conspiracy.
Carl Higdon. October 25th, 1974, Carl Higdon was on a hunting trip in Medicine Bow National Forest. Here, he tried to take down an elk, but saw the slug slow down mid-air. Also, described as humanoid with unusual features and a tight black jumpsuit, then appeared. He offered Higdon pills that would eliminate the need for food for days, which Higdon accepted. Then, also took Higdon aboard a transparent vehicle into an otherworldly dimension. Here, Higdon observed other humanoid figures and bizarre landscapes before being abruptly returned to Earth. He was shaken, with nothing but...
Okay, so that's good that he was given a tablet and then he was hunger-free. Can a brother perhaps get a pill so that I don't have to sleep every day? Because, man, 24 hours is not enough, guys. Think about it, right? To pursue a passion, okay? To pursue your passion, to sleep 8 hours a night, to maintain a healthy diet, to maintain a healthy physical training, to go to the gym and all that, right? To go to work on your passion. Yeah, maintain a good family life, and also if you have a girl around, like, I mean, damn, like, 24 hours is not enough. It is, I'm sorry, it is not enough. We need more time. And yeah, if we can get like a pill that makes us not tired and not sleepy, I would take it.
Physical evidence like the reversed slug to prove his story. Weirdly enough, ever since his return, Higdon's pre-existing conditions healed, and he never got sick again. Aaron Schultz.
Oh, wow.
From the age of 8 to 10, in a quiet suburb near St. Louis, Missouri, Schultz encountered beings with large heads and dark, bulging eyes, dressed in form-fitting silvery suits. These entities led him to their spacecraft, where they conducted medical examinations in a room with white walls that resembled molten metal. It happened several times, each time Schultz returned home just before dawn. And then one day, he managed to ask them who they were. Humans from the future.
Oh, no.
That's all they said, shaking little Schultz to his core. For decades, Schultz stayed silent, unsure if anyone would believe him. But now, he's finally speaking up, and is the only to believe the stories of other victims like him.
So how many times was he abducted? How many times? Like, just a rough estimate. Like, yeah, every night when he was a kid, every other night, once a week. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm curious because, yeah, like this, life depends on it, okay? Life depends on it. And of course, what he's saying is something that people assume as well. There's a running, ongoing conspiracy that the aliens are basically us, but from the future. It's us, the humans, but from the future. Ever heard of that? Yeah, there's like, a lot of people speculate that too. It's not a far-fetched
Tammy Stone
thing.
In 1973, near Waco, Texas, while driving home after a late-night shift, Tammy Stone suddenly felt strange and lost 3 hours of time. Although spooked, she thought nothing of it until she began to have disturbing dreams that pieced back her memories. In these, strange figures with thin faces pulled her from her car to an alien craft. They laid Tammy on a table and inserted a small object into her nose. Their tools looked like a giant eye, scaring Tammy, who forgot everything when she returned home.
Without her consent, that is crazy. We need the FBI on this one immediately, man. Without her consent, oh man, that is insane. That's a sin, bro.
Later, she checked her nostrils and could feel something but couldn't see it. No doctor took her seriously enough to get an X-ray, so her case remains the strangest mystery till date. Maria Ward.
So was she able to get that implant out? If not, what the hell? If she got that implant out, then again, like, what the hell? How does it look like? We want to see pictures of it.
Maria Ward was sleeping when a bright flash woke her up. At exactly 3:17 a.m., she heard a voice saying, "Follow the light." And then she was lifted up into a strange aircraft. She opened her eyes, only to find herself against creepy, 5 feet tall extraterrestrial creatures, all donned in milky white, which began conducting some sort of medical examination.
5 feet tall, even my non-existing chihuahua is taller than that. Come on, what we doing here? What we doing here, bro? Like, that's a chihuahua right there. Like, can a brother perhaps, like, pet an alien? Just like a good old chihuahua? Man, I cannot be the only one that thinks that, bro. And before you say that, nah, bro, it's the aliens that's gonna pet us. Obviously, I'm joking around, dog.
Throughout, she kept smelling rotting leaves. After what seemed like an eternity, she woke up back in her bedroom, her body covered with weird marks. Terrified, she visited medical professionals who couldn't figure out where these weird marks came from, but did advise her to call the police, but Ward was too scared. But now, she's finally speaking up.
Okay.
Avis family.
That's crazy. Strong.
On the evening of October 27th, 1974, the Avis family was driving through Avley, Essex, when a dense green mist engulfed their car, leading to temporary malfunctions in their vehicle's electronics and lights. As they drove through this mist, they felt an unusual coldness, followed by a sensation of being moved forward. It wasn't until they reached home that they realized 3 hours had passed, without them realizing it. Creepily after this, the Avis family changed. They stopped eating meat and drinking, became quite aware of their environment, and experienced paranormal occurrences throughout. They later said tall, peaceful aliens with pink eyes had taken them aboard a ship, and were sure the aliens blessed their health. But nobody
Okay, I guess the aliens were really vegan after. Okay, so they converted them to be vegan. Wow, crazy.
believed them. Betty and Barney.
Okay, I don't know, man. The only one that's so there have been, I believe, 2 cases that I believe the Travis Walton, absolutely, and then there was another one of one girl in this one woman. Yeah, that one I'm willing to believe, but the rest is just sounding like a fairy tale, bro. As the kids would say, it's cappity cap. It's interesting to hear. It's again one of those things, right? Like, what if? But I don't know. Okay, so Betty and Barney, please be good.
Barney Hill.
Please be good.
On the night of September 19th, 1961, Betty and Barney Hill experienced what became one of the most documented alien abduction stories. As they drove through New Hampshire's White Mountains, they observed a UFO. This encounter included an abduction where both were subjected to medical examinations. The Hills noticed unusual phenomena immediately after the incident. Their watches stopped working, and there were shiny circles on their car's trunk that reacted strangely to a compass. Following the encounter, they became distressed and sought help from Dr. Benjamin Simon, who put them under hypnosis, where they recalled detailed interactions with the alien beings, including observing a star map that Betty later reproduced, said to depict the aliens' home system near Zeta Reticuli.
Oh yeah.
Linda Cort.
Oh, that's the one that Bob Lazar was talking about though. Oh, shit. Yeah, is it something that now everyone is talking about because Bob Lazar said that years and years ago? Is it because of him that this thing became normal? If so, then I don't believe the story. I believe Bob Lazar, don't get me wrong, but if everybody's gonna run with the same story, then you know what I mean, right? But what if, like, yeah, like all the aliens are coming from that planet because that planet is near our planet? Maybe, I guess.
Napolitano.
Supposedly,
Linda had
maybe.
just woken up when a hovering UFO levitated her from her 12th floor apartment. The incident was reportedly observed by several witnesses, including 2 bodyguards who were allegedly protecting the then Secretary General of the UN. Aboard the UFO, Linda met gray aliens who took her to a room filled with advanced technology. She underwent an examination, an experience she later recalled during hypnosis. Linda later returned, unharmed but changed. She was no longer her happy-go-lucky self and began viewing November 30th, 1989 as the darkest day in her life. Linda's story, though supported by the bodyguards, has met criticism. Many feel her abduction was a crazy cover-up for a secret controversy by the UN, but who knows the truth? Antonio Villas-Boas.
Could be.
Antonio Villas-Boas, a 23-year-old Brazilian, was working in his fields at night to avoid the heat. Out of nowhere, a red star.
Oh man, you don't talk about the heat right now. I'm burning, bro. Like, it is it me or are you guys also experiencing a massive heat wave? Let me know what city you're in. It's extremely hot. I think it never been this hot. I mean, it has been, but it never felt like that. I don't know when was the last time I felt like it was this hot. Like, it's insane. It's insanely bad.
Descended towards him.
And I cannot turn on the AC because it's gonna make a lot of noise.
Antonio Villas-Boas, a 23-year-old Brazilian, was working in his fields at night to avoid the heat. Out of nowhere, a red star descended towards him, transforming into an aerial craft with a rotating structure on top. As he attempted to flee, Boas was captured by small humanoid beings who dragged him aboard. Inside, Boas was smeared with a clear, odorless liquid. He even met a very attractive female alien with blonde hair and a pointed chin. Boas claimed the aliens were conducting a breeding experiment. After getting back, Boas suffered nausea, weakness, anxiety, and nightmares detailing his encounter. Boas is sure—
Man, come on, man, that's like jail time right there. You're asking for jail time. You have picked this man up without his consent, and you wanted this man to do Easter eggs with an alien lady. Come on, man, that's insane, bro. That's sinful behavior. That is sinful behavior. Like, come on, man, you don't do that, bro. You have kidnapped this man.
Sure, there's a race out there that's half human, half aliens, ready to take over the world when we least expect. Herbert Schirmer. Herbert Schirmer, a 22-year-old police officer, was patrolling when he noticed red truck lights, only to realize they were from a metallic disc-shaped object floating above the road. The object emitted a high-pitched scream and took Schirmer, returning him later. Following the encounter, Schirmer reported physical symptoms such as a headache and a red welt on his neck. Schirmer underwent hypnosis by Dr. Sprinkle in 1968, where he described the beings as short, humanoid figures with cat-like eyes.
Bro, they do look like chihuahuas. I know they look like cats, but it's like, we were talking about this earlier, right? Like, I want to pet an alien. Why can't a brother perhaps pet an alien like a good old chihuahua? if they look like this, if some of them look like this, oh man, I'm ready to pet them, bro. I'm ready to pet them, man. Like a good old chihuahua, you know what I'm saying?
And a winged serpent emblem on this as short hypnosis by Dr. Sprinkle in 1968, where he described the beings as short humanoid figures with cat-like eyes and a winged serpent emblem on their uniforms. The beings were using electrical power and had bases on Venus and Earth. The Condon Committee, which investigated UFO sightings at the time, was skeptical, but Shermer maintains his story.
Okay.
Mann family.
Mann family.
In 1978, the Mann family, including John Mann, his wife Gloria, his sister Frances, and their
no disrespect, but it sounded a little funny because like John Mann. Yeah, oh yeah, it's a man. Oh, he's a man. Are you the man? Oh no, bro. My family name's Mann. You, me. Well, which it's like one of the Rush Hour 3 scene. If you know what I mean. The guy. It's like. He asked, Chris Tucker asked, what is your name? My name is you. What is your name? You. Yeah, you. What is your name? So he was just responding, you. Hey, I am me. He is you. The name was literally you, not like you. The name of the guy was you, and the other guy's name was me. So it was a confusion, ultimate confusion. So this is a little bit like that. John Mann, yeah, he's the man. Oh wow, yeah, John Mann. Can you stand up? John the man or the man? Yeah, he's the man. John the man.
Their 2 children encountered an unexplained brilliant white light, which they followed before it dramatically changed their surroundings and lost them nearly 2 hours of time. They reported feeling a strange control over their vehicle, almost as if it could drive itself, and later found physical signs like rashes and bruises with no known causes on their bodies. Under hypnosis, they recalled more details about the encounter, describing it as initially memoryless, but later revealed through therapy sessions. The incident was significant enough to involve reports to the RAF and left them with long-lasting effects, including disturbing nightmares, but who knows what else they experienced.
Guys, check out this video on the screen. This is the last episode that we've done. If you like this, you're gonna love this one as well. If you already seen it, then check out the video on the left.